Hello and welcome everybody to another DFS tutorial. Today we are going to be taking a look at how to take care of our animals from brushing, feeding them, watering them, all aspects. We are going to take a look at that here today. Let me go ahead and clean out little bit of the windows here. So today we're going to actually be taking care of some of my animals. Um, since I forgot I was going to do the video, I went ahead and took care of most of my animals. Um, But if you take a look, so my sheep need to be gathered from and so forth. So we're just going to use this. Generally speaking, when you look at the happiness of your animals, you want to brush them when they're at least 20 below where their cap is. So for instance, like sheep and cow and most of your animals, the cap you can brush to will be 80. So you don't want to brush unless they're 60 or lower. But we're going to kind of ignore that cardinal rule for today, just to kind of show you what we want to do on how to brush and how to take care of them. Now, to start with, let's talk about feeding and watering. The great thing about the animals in DFS, you don't have to actively water or feed them. You just need to make sure food is rezzed out and that water is rezzed out. With watering, you want to make sure there's a trough within distance. You want to make sure that food and water is within 10 meters. And I know that can be kind of hard to judge just kind of by eyeballing it. So if you go to the main store, you can find a box of freebies. And inside that freebie is a water range display. If you res it down, and this tool, I use it constantly. I mean, anytime I organize animals, I use it. Even my fields, my trees, almost everything. So if you take a look, let me cam out a little bit here. You can see this is a really huge circle. From the center to one side, that itself is going to be 20 meters. So each circle here is a rough idea of how far you want to go. So let's place this kind of in the middle here. My water towers right here is kind of middle area. So you want to make sure that when it comes to food and water, that it's within this like tealish colored circle. And if you click on it right here, let's go here, let's go to local. It'll tell you range for water troughs to automatically take water. Whoops, wrong one. There you go. Yeah, sorry, it messed me up. I had to remember. Generally, what I do is I kind of keep it within the. I'll move it to where I'm going to have my thing rest. But yes, generally it's as long as it's within the 10 meters. Um, for something like this, the way that I have my stuff, if you take a look, if I do that, give me 1 second, I will show you. Kind of cam in here, make sure. Nope. Since I do it a bit different here, because I have a nice wide range, I always make sure that I have 2 things of water, 2 things of food. Like if you take a look with my cows here, I have 2 food, 2 water, and that covers everything because that, again, that 10 meters. So when you are looking at, let me take out that transparency, setting up that food and water, make sure the food and water, so you center it with that hole, and then make sure all the animals you want to feed it is within that teal circle. All right, so that covers the water and the food. Again, water will go through the troughs, so make sure you have a trough here. It all needs to be in the same group as well. That's the biggest thing. Food, water, anything you use, it needs to be in the same group. If it's not, the animals will not take from it. All right, so now next let's get to actual animal care, what you're going to do to actually take care of the animals. So what you want to do is you want to click on the animal. I just clicked on this sheep right here, and it brought up a menu right here. Settings, rename, protein, waste, brush, exit, and slaughter. Since he does have poop ready, all we have to do is just click on waste. If you look in your local chat, it will tell you right here, sheep, male, V-Day, 2020, so forth, requesting fertilizer, and now it's saying ready, which means the hover text right here has updated. And in a few minutes, maybe longer depending on server status, I will be sent poop. So while we wait for that, we're going to go ahead and look at the same one here. This time we're going to click on brush. Make sure that you are wearing your animal brush. Like right here, I have mine attached as a HUD, so that's why it's up here. But make sure either you wear or you add as HUD and pick a spot on for your HUD. This one here is top, so that's where that is. But you have to have the brush on. Click on brush. Oh, there you go. It will tell you, please wear the brush and work to win on the HUD. The work to win, ignore. That is not valid anymore right now. So what we do is now we sit, wait, like count to 3, and then this care button right here, we just click care once. One care will add 20 happiness. So if you notice, it's now at 80%. Now there's one other option you can use. I have this little clicky right here, the little leprechaun looking guy. That is a clicky. That clicky takes place of the care button. So let's do the sheep behind us. First, let's take the poop. Let's wait for the menu to time out. And then we click on him again. No, not slaughter. Oh, that would have been bad. Click on brush again. Once it shows you the sit icon, sit on him. Now, instead of pressing that care button, I'm just going to click on that clicky, and he did the exact same thing as that care button. The only thing that's different between using the care button and the clicky will not use EP. Every time you click on that care button, it does use 5 EP. So each brush is 5 EP. That's why we say always wait until they're at least at 60 happiness. The only things that are different are like the chickens. No, come on. My alt button's not working. The ducks and turkeys. Those 3, you can brush them all the way up to 100. So keep that in mind. Other than that, that is the general gist of how to take care of your animals. Everything you can collect. So see, with here we can collect this wool. We click on shear and it will send us the wool, just like it does the poop. If you take a look, while I was brushing, I did get the fertilizers here. Now, the only other thing that you can do, because you can collect milk, babies, if the color is blue above their head, that means the female is pregnant. So all you do is you click on the animal and it will give an option here on the menu to birth. Just click birth, does the same thing as the fertilizer and wool. Same thing with milk, any of that. So the different colors above the names mean different things. If you see it nice bright red, that means unfortunately they did die. Whether from old age, they weren't able to eat, or they weren't able to drink, or you neglected their happiness. Now, one thing I do want to show you before we finish here is the website. Now, on the website here, let me show it to you. We can see the different options here. What you want to go take a look at is animals in this case. When we click on animals, you want to go to DFS animals. And on here, it will tell you roughly how often they, what they need to eat and what they drink from, what they will give you, how long they last. So you have all that info here. You also get info on foods and how often you'll see their extras like milk and babies and everything else. So all of that information is here. It also has a walkthrough on how to take care of your animals. So a lot of info is right here on the website, and I do have the link in the description down below. Other than that, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to tell you guys. I think there was something else. No. Yeah, I think we covered it all. All right. So, other than that, if you have any other questions or there's any other tutorials you would like to see, I will be working on quite a few of them and redoing some of the ones I do have. Please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. It'll tell you anytime I have a new video out. Other than that, hopefully you had fun with this video and hopefully it taught you a lot. Thank you, and you have a wonderful rest of your day and happy farming.